Hi, welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a divorce valuation and mediation expert in St. Louis, Missouri. I have the pleasure of discussing today a fabulous book called the Forensic Accounting Deskbook with my guest, Miles Mason, a divorce lawyer in Memphis, Tennessee. So he's actually written this book, the Forensic Accounting Deskbook, and it's a practical guide to financial investigation and analysis for family lawyers. But I also think it's a really important resource for business valuation experts. Welcome, Miles. So most of the time after the deposition, I'm briefing with the attorney and they're saying, okay, I heard the line of questioning too, but like, where do you think they're going with it? And I might say, oh, okay, well, I know there's 3 areas that they're going to try to go after me in trial. Here's the 3 areas. Here's what they didn't ask. Here's what they don't understand, right? Because I'm not there to make anybody know everything at the deposition. I'm just there to answer the questions. And if you don't ask it and you don't get to the real heart of the matter, it's not really my problem, right?
Well, and that's one of the things I do talk about in my book is that it may be your goal. All right. Now, we have a superstar forensic accountant in my neighborhood, and he's testified 200 times in court. And I know, because we've done a lot of seminars together nationally and locally and regionally, that he's bulletproof. Okay. So in that case, if I trust my expert, what I want my expert to do is dominate the deposition. I want that expert to go down every rabbit hole and leave the opposing counsel with nothing. Mm-hmm. I could settle that case. Yeah. So it depends on what the objective is going into the deposition. Now, I would prefer that my forensic expert listen to me, because the old school way of handling the deposition is if somebody asks whether you have the time, some forensic experts will say, well, yeah, it's 10 till 3. What they should say is, I don't know. Do you have a watch? Yes, I do. Would you look at your watch? Why do you need me to look at my watch? It's outside the scope of the deposition. Okay. So there's a number of ways to stonewall opposing counsel, but sometimes those ways of stonewalling to protect your testimony doesn't result in a settlement. Okay.
Right.
So, but it is good old school technique, and sometimes can scare them even more. But I love forensic accounting. I love forensic experts. I want to dominate that aspect of the case. I want the opposing lawyer knowing I got him.
And from an expert perspective, it is 2 different theories, right? Because one is you could have an attorney just answer the question and that's it. And what you're saying is also very prevalent, which is when I go in there, as an expert, I am going to clearly, like if they're going down a path and I'm like, oh, I could let them go down the path. They think they know what they're talking about. I'm going to clearly go in and say, no, that is incorrect, or, whatever the language is. But here is actually what the situation is. Because in my mind, at the end of the deposition, I want them to walk away with, I don't ever want to take her into court, right? I don't ever want to cross-examine her in court. I want to try to settle it.